Oh, I'm in.
Yeah, it should automatically do it.
Oh, good.
Elise, you are muted.
Goodbye.
Okay, bye.
Okay. Hi, everyone. I was just chatting with Laura because I was having trouble getting on and she was helping me over the phone. Okay. And I think it's because we changed the settings on our Zoom for the webinar the other night. And it was a little confusing to me today. All right, so welcome, welcome. It's your Saturday Mastermind. Hope you're ready to chit chat with me because there's no other leaders on to co-host, so that means it's me and you. So we are going to be discussing your business, and I am excited to welcome our newest promoters. Mary, is that you? There you are. Hi. You want to unmute and say hi? Laura couldn't be on today, but Laura is Mary's sponsor, and she told me that you would be here. So I wanted to welcome you and just introduce myself as well. My name's Elise, and I live here in Montana. I've been with le-vel for almost 11 years and I'm a 200K. So it's an incredible company with incredible products and incredible people. So we're excited to have you here. Also, I do have a background in training in functional medicine and integrative health coach and survivor of chronic Lyme. So it's quite the story that I have and passion for wellness. And yeah, do you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, my name is Mary Arnold. I'm from Michigan, and my sister, who is on today, just became a promoter today.
Oh, which one is she?
So,
Barb. Hi.
Barb. Yep, yep. We are sisters who married brothers, so we have the same name.
Oh,
But anyways, we have
beautiful.
family out in Montana, so I
Oh,
know I'm
where?
super excited to be doing this, and I'm super excited for our products to get here. But yeah, we have a brother in Bozeman, and we have
Yeah.
a brother-in-law in Big Timber.
Oh, well, then we're gonna have to see you. I grew up in Billingses, which is just 60 miles from Big Timber.
We
And
know it well.
yep,
Yep.
and then I went to MSU back in the
So did
90s.
my brother. So did my brother, long time ago.
Oh, I wonder if we know each other or cross paths. And we live right now just north of Belgrade, so just north of the airport.
Beautiful,
Yeah.
beautiful.
So when you
Yeah.
come here, you guys are coming up to the ranch.
Oh, let's do it. So fun.
Definitely. We breed and raise horses. So if you like horses
Nice. I
and,
do. I
and
do.
views
Yeah.
of the mountains, this is the place to come. And
Well,
it's an
thank
open
you so
invite to
much.
anyone coming to Montana.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, thank you. All right. And where do you live?
Michigan.
Michigan, that's what you said. Got it. And then Barb, do you want to unmute and say hi?
Hi, yeah, I'm Mary's sister, and I also live in Michigan, not far from Mary. We're about 20 minutes apart.
Oh,
And
isn't
we
that fun?
also have a nephew and niece that live in Belgrade.
Oh, do you?
We do.
Whoa.
So we know where you're talking. Yes. And I wonder their last name is Percunier.
I
There's
don't.
Jody. She's very into holistic and all that kind of
Oh
stuff.
my gosh.
I'm
We'll give
surprised you don't know her.
put her in a text and introduce me because I love meeting people like that. So that'll
Okay.
be great.
Okay. Yeah. So we love it out there. It's beautiful.
Oh, well, I look forward to seeing you this year.
Well, thank you. I was there last year. I wish I would have known you last year. I was
I
there.
know. Wouldn't that have been fun? All
Yeah.
right. Well, thank you and welcome. We're glad to have you guys here. And I do have another new promoter hopping on. I think if she's on, I'm not sure. Are you on too, Becky? You might be muted, but you could say hi. If you're the one called Zoom user. And anyone else that wants to say hi, of course, if you're brand new or if you just want to share what's happening in your business this week. Um, it's time for you to talk because you know how these masterminds are. So for our new people, I see you, Sam. You're gonna go next. For our new people, what we do in these masterminds is it's a time for you to get on here, get your mindset right, to take action in your business, to share what you've been doing, if you've been stumbling or if you've been self-sabotaging and holding, all the things, we cover it here. And so I do these every Saturday. I stay on the mastermind until you guys are finished, right? Sometimes we've had some masterminds go 3 hours. But that's my commitment to our team because I know the power of being in a mastermind and showing up with a coach, a leader who moves the needle on basically your mindset, right? Because when we have, oh, honey, you have to say hi. I said, if he has to come in here, he gets to say hi. We have a couple new promoters. They don't know you. So introduce yourself. This is Rob. Come down.
A long time.
This is my husband, Rob. He's a functional medicine PA. And honey, tell them about yourself. Real brief, 2 minutes.
Real brief, 2 minutes. Well, yeah, as she said, I'm a PA. I transitioned out of Western medicine into functional medicine 2019, something like that. I think it was 2020. And long-time thriver. This is my second day, well, actually my first day of all the GLP products. So I'm excited to try them and see how I feel. But basically, what I traded was a job and career in Western medicine for working with patients trying to get their baseline lifestyle right. So sleep, stress, exercise, nutrition, these types of things, which I believe firmly and very strongly in are the cornerstones to real health. And if you can get those things dialed in, then we can avoid a lot of the actual medical conditions, chronic medical conditions we are prone to in America, and then also all the drug treatments. So I'm all for natural causes and for lifestyle. So again, looking forward to trying this, and I'll give my feedback on it. But yeah, that's kind of me in 2 minutes or less.
I know. So, my husband and I both have built really successful businesses in le-vel. He's also a 200K, and we paid off all of our debt our first year. He retired after year 4.
Maybe not even that long, 2 years.
Yeah, 2 years in the business. And then after that, he we bought an Airstream and we traveled the US for a year with our boys. That was in 2016. So, and then ever since, we've just had a bit of a crazy life, especially when I got sick with the Lyme. But he has been very integral in figuring out that journey with me. And then also he got a bit frustrated with Western medicine because of they were having a hard time finding the root cause for me. And then he saw that commonly with other patients. So that's why he started his own private practice. So congratulations, honey, on opening. He just opened a new clinic this week, actually a brick and mortar clinic up in Missoula, and it's a men's health clinic.
Thank you. Yeah, it's been a long road to get there, 10 months and lots of hours of work and stress. But here we are.
Yep. Yay.
Nice to see you all.
So he's been very busy on the road because we don't live in Missoula, so he travels up there a lot. So he's home for the weekend. Anyway, back to our little, where are you guys? I always lose my screen. There we go. Okay, back to our mastermind and what we do here. Basically, you have the floor. I give you feedback or encouragement or a hard talking to if that's what we need. But everyone here has been showing up every single week, and it's a commitment. You can come for as long as you have time. You can come get your questions answered and then get back to business. Whatever you need with this time on Saturdays, it's your time. So if you have something you're doing that day, but you want to just hop on, say hi, share what's been happening in your business, your life, then you have to hop off. That's fine. I never get insulted if people need to go because I tend to have long masterminds or Zooms because I love to talk to you guys, and hear what's happening. So I don't get offended if people need to go. So just a reminder. Okay, it looks like we do have my other new promoter, Becky, on. You want to unmute and say hi, Becky? Or no, wait, you haven't upgraded to promoter yet. She's still a customer, but she's in the planning phase of launch, right? That she might be having trouble with her Zoom because I'm getting her text message. But Becky, I'll just introduce her. She was actually a promoter. She was one of the first, I think she said the first 12 promoters in le-vel way back over 12 years ago. And she and I met at our first Thrive Palooza actually, and we sat next to each other. And then she quit after like 1 or 2 years and went on and did a couple of other companies, and now she's back. And we're real excited to help her get going. And our first goal is her to refer to new customers. So she's working on that. And she is recovering from surgery. So she's been having some downtime at home these first couple weeks. And Becky, if you figure out how to unmute your phone, you can just click unmute and say hi. But otherwise, we're very happy to have you, and people will see you again on another Zoom. Okay, Sam, your turn. I know you we're excited to share something with us today.
Okay, here I am.
Hi.
Good morning. Great to see you. And yes, these have been so helpful. I can't even tell you. And I am, by the way, on day 6 of my GLP.
And
Flattened stomach. I feel like my face has thinned a little. I don't have that puffiness like I usually do.
yeah, sit up. Let me see you away from the wall. There you go. Yeah,
So
I can tell.
yeah,
Honestly, I'm noticing that with people, the inflammation in the face starts to go down, the neck.
yeah.
Yeah, awesome. Oh my
I
gosh,
just
it's so
and
exciting.
and the last 2 nights.
Mm-hmm.
I've had a kind of a roller coaster over the years of sleeping. Like sometimes I'll go, great with all the stress I've had with family and stuff going on, has been a little tricky. So I
Yeah.
haven't slept that great. But the last 2 nights, so after what, 4 nights of doing all of this,
Mm.
I the sleep was different than anything I've ever. It's weird. Like I
Yeah.
slept so good, and when I woke up, I was so refreshed and just
Yeah.
different. Like,
Did you
wow.
feel so have you, and some of you guys might relate to this, but do you know how inflammation feels in your body?
Yeah. I'm very in touch with every little thing that happens in my body. So I
Yeah.
know anything going on different, I know. If I take one little product different and I could just feel just an inch of it, I know. So
Yes.
yeah, for sure.
I feel that way too, and I wanted to share with you all because you might have been with me on Thursday night when I shared how I hadn't been sleeping, and
Yeah.
because I'd been drinking, I'd been drinking thirst
With
with caffeine.
caffeine.
Like I'm the most sensitive caffeine person, like it's ridiculous. Anyway, last night also the best night of sleep. I slept the entire night. I did not wake up, not even once. And so I feel incredible today. And I definitely notice if I don't sleep at night, I feel inflamed and the inflammation hurts. My body hurts. And I always thought that was part of the Lyme illness. Um, but since the COVID years, I have developed the borderline insulin resistance. So I know my blood sugar doesn't totally normalize. And so sleep seems connected to that as well. I don't know. It's the weirdest, all these weird things all connected. But I know with this GLP kit that we are seeing the blood sugar normalizing, the inflammation as a result goes down because these are connected. And so I'm real excited about this.
Awesome. That is awesome. So my story that I wanted to tell you
Mhm.
is from doing so many of these Zooms and the masterminds and the Kelly Howell, listening
Mhm.
to that has been helpful just in relaxing me. Um,
Oh,
but I've talked before about how I literally ate pizza and ice cream every single day, like
yes.
almost 6 days a week plus for most of my life. I just thought about this morning. I haven't had pizza or ice cream since I started the GLP
What?
at all.
And you didn't even think about it.
No,
Weird.
it just hit me this morning when and the whole reason why it hit me was because I went to the gym to work out, which
Mhm.
I'd only been there once in 2 months because of the concussion on Thanksgiving. And then I went like a month, and then
Oh,
I hate the cold. So I don't go out in
right.
the cold to go to the gym. I just do a little tiny workout here. So I went today and did a full workout, and I felt amazing. Just wow, felt really, really good. Um, but side note, I went back to Tuesday. So second day in, I was gonna wait like a week and then do a live because
Yeah.
that's my sabotaging myself. I can talk in front of hundreds of people, but getting on there and doing a live, I'm so intimidated and terrified. I just won't do it. Like I don't do it.
Yeah.
So I did it on Tuesday,
Oh,
and out of 1,200, I think I only have 1,200 friends on Facebook. It got like 780 views,
stop it.
and I got a lady who hadn't ordered anything maybe once in 2 or 3 years,
What?
ordered the GLP kit the other night
Oh man.
from watching the video. She reached
Uh-huh.
out to me. Had
Yep.
another guy who I've never talked to about this reached out to me, messaged back and forth a little bit. He's interested in doing the GLP because he's in his early 60s, he's retired,
Mm.
2 knee replacements, and he's put on weight. He
Mhm.
never was overweight.
Wow.
So I worked with him for like 3 or 4 years. Well, here's what he said, and you'll love this.
Yeah.
He said, I saw your video, and I'm very interested because of all of that, the
Yeah.
knee replacements, the weight, blah, 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 and how crappy he feels. And he said, I just do not want to do that big pharma shot like everybody else is doing.
Right.
Even though it seems to work for some people, he goes, I
Mhm.
just don't want to do it. And this sounds like a good alternative. So I
Oh,
was very excited about that. So I got a couple new free accounts set up, got a couple more people reaching out, and then the one order who had only ordered once in several years. All of that from just sucking it up and doing a live. So this
I'm
morning,
talking about it. I'm serious.
you
That's the
guys have,
part.
yes, you guys have talked about it a lot, and I finally was just like, I just gotta just do it.
You
And
have to
then
do it.
I did it
And
again this morning. I did
you did
another one
already?
this morning. Yes. After the
Oh,
gym, I went out and sat in my car. I was thinking about it at the gym, and I kept trying to talk myself out of it.
yes.
And then I was like, okay, I'm going to be on the mastermind call today. I'm not going to get on that call and not be able to say I did not do another live. So I'm
Oh
like,
my
I'm
gosh.
doing it. So I didn't even think at all. I was sitting in my car, and I went to Facebook, went to live, and
Yep.
then I just clicked it. 3, 2, 1. I wasn't thinking about it. I had no notes. I just was like, I'm just doing it.
Oh my word. Well, so this is the power of showing up to the masterminds.
It is absolutely 100%.
Because what I heard you say was you didn't want to come to the mastermind again and say you hadn't done it.
Right.
But I got to give you kudos and everyone listening too that keeps showing up every week. You guys are holding you're disciplining yourself to show up to the mastermind where you know that I'm going to get you if you say you're going to do something and you don't do it, right? Because the
So
only
thank you
well,
so
and the
much
only
for doing these and for the
you're welcome.
accountability.
100%. And I gotta say that when you are trying to build your self-confidence and self-belief, the action is what builds it, right? It's really the only thing. And so if you're finding you're not taking the action in between the masterminds, keep showing up to the masterminds because eventually you'll get to this place where Sam's at, where he's like, okay, enough is enough. Kind of like, I'm sick of myself. I've got to do this. I said that I would. And I mean, it's true though. That is the power of a mastermind. And we can read about that in the Napoleon Hill book, Think and Grow Rich, which I know you've read.
Yes, I definitely have.
And it might be time to read again. I love that book. Or the audiobook is really good. So thank you for that. Any other words?
Nope. I'm just excited to be here and on here today. And honestly, I feel so good after 6 days of this. I honestly am in awe. Like this is the food noise that I didn't even understand what that meant. I definitely don't have it. Like I am not craving stuff all day long. I drive by Little Caesars all the time, and I typically stop and get breadsticks or one of those little pizzas or something. Like almost every time I drive by, like 3, 4 days a week. And I've driven by a bunch of times, and it didn't even sound good. Like I wasn't even craving any of that stuff.
Wow.
Donuts. I walk right past the donuts. I look at them. I hold them up, and I don't even.
That's
And
huge.
normally I'm on it.
That's huge. So are you finding you are substituting and making a healthy choice instead, or you're just not
Yeah.
eating?
No, yeah, I've had like turkey sandwiches. I've done eggs because I remember you talking about
Yes.
eggs.
Protein.
Yep, I've done more of that. I've done the form packets more
Wow.
often.
Good.
So yeah, so it's been definitely better.
Oh, I love it. Well, this is really, really incredible news. Thank you for that. Thank you
So
for sharing.
thank you.
For sure. Well, and this was my prediction, remember you all early on, that as people were getting onto this GLP kit, their blood sugar was balancing out. I mean, and this is the other truth of the matter, and I shared this on Thursday night. When you sleep, you actually lower your cortisol, your stress hormones, which reduces stress on the adrenal glands, which allows your body to utilize the cholesterol to make the hormones that benefit you. Okay. Our HPA axis, our hypothalamus, it tells the body to utilize the cholesterol in our bodies to create our beneficial hormones. Did you know that? Cholesterol is the foundation of that hormone. It is the center of it. So the problem with, like I shared on Thursday night, the problem with chronic stress, not sleeping, is that they're diverting their cholesterol that they would be using to create their sex hormones and other beneficial hormones in the body. They're diverting that into stress hormone production, which is cortisol. And in chronic cortisol levels, chronic inflammation, you guys, you're going to start to see the connection in your own life, but also with the people you're working with, how these things balance out. And sleep. And I said this to my husband the other day. I'm like, I cannot believe the stories of the people. Raise your hand or type in the comments if the sleep is improved with my GLP. So the thing about it that I said to Rob was, you know what we're going to see is overall, the hormones are going to be balancing all the hormones, not just our GLP-1 hormone and our GIP hormone. All hormones will be benefiting from this, from improved sleep, because cortisol levels are coming down, beneficial hormones are balancing. You guys are adding the sea salt and the thirst electrolytes into your diet. You're raising your sodium levels so you're not deficient in that department. Everything is related. All of these things are related. So Rob and I were discussing remineralization and how important that is. And that is why we keep talking about that taking thirst every day. Make sure you're taking at least one. And adding sea salt to your diet. You're putting sea salt on your food. I even make my shake with sea salt. I put a pinch in there. If I think of it, I'll put a pinch under the tongue, or I'll put a quarter teaspoon in water and drink it. I drink my thirst every day as well. But that is so important because it supports your kidneys. And like Rob said to me today, well, the kidneys are like the first thing to go for people because they are very delicate. And if you're not getting enough sodium on board, your body can't flush toxins. It can't clear. It actually helps lower blood pressure to get an adequate sodium intake. Richard has been learning about that this week. Yes. And it helps even people with low blood pressure. I'm a low blood pressure person, so I have to take sodium to raise my blood pressure. People who have high blood pressure take sodium to lower their blood pressure. Anyway, that's a whole nother rabbit trail we can go down if anyone's interested in it. Leanna, her husband's learning about this too. So it's just really cool to see all of these things start to fall into place for people. And the funny thing is, people are like, oh yeah, I'm taking my GLP, I'm losing weight. There's so many side benefits, okay? And people who have issues with losing weight have all these other problems going on in the background and they didn't even know. Okay. And that is part of the root cause of why they can't release the weight, right? Because the hormones are out of whack. The gut is not healthy. They aren't sleeping. They have chronically high cortisol, which leads to chronically high inflammation. They have insulin resistance because too many carbs in the diet. Their blood sugar's not balancing. Now we've got some kidney issues. I mean, do you see the connections here? It is like boom, 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 boom. And the issue that we are facing in today's modern age is Western medicine has told you that it's not a mineral deficiency that you have, it's a drug deficiency, and they put you on meds. Am I right? None of you have heard from your doctor, I'm guessing, unless you go to a naturopath and pay cash. None of you have heard, why aren't you taking in more sodium? Why don't you have sea salt, right? Like, you're not hearing that. It is like, I was saying to Leona, I could pull my hair out. I could. Like, these things are so interconnected. Anyway, that's another rabbit trail. We did a health mastermind a couple of weeks ago, which was so good. But I'm going to pause there because I don't want to be the one directing the direction of our talk today. So who wants to unmute? Beth.
I do.
Yes. Hi.
I've been on my GLP for 15 days. I knew when I started, I knew toward the end of the year that I was like, for lack of better words, fluffy. And I'm like, really had not made a ton of changes, but I've been under a lot of, like, the last 6 months with my parents' declining health, a lot of stress. So I knew that my hormones were not balanced. Long story short, when I did my transformation pictures this morning, scale's gone up. Like, but I feel different because on day one, my sleep improved. My mental clarity is like off the chain. Like, I'm working between my regular job with managing the gym to my le-vel business, easy 80 hours a week. Like, I'm on the go. And like, my belly, like, the inflammation is so drastically different. I'm like blown away at the results. And that was my main thing with starting that, but all the things that you just said, I won't go back and go over those, but all of those things, because those are things that I struggle with my organs, because I 12 years ago had all that failure, those failure in my numbers. So those are things that I'm always very aware of, what's going on with my body, the way I feel. So I do see a drastic difference in the way my body is operating. My operating systems are on. They're not glitching out and getting short circuited. It's like the Wi-Fi at the gym when it kind of goes in and out. That's how my body was. And I feel like I'm really functioning optimally. I'm like really, really super stoked. And again, if you're basing how you feel on the scale, I want you to shift that mindset, because it's not the scale, it's 100%. How you feel. And when your body gets a homeostasis, you are going to find your happy weight on the scale, but your body's going to be happy. So there's a difference. Also,
I can see it in your face. I am noticing, looking at you, the inflammation on your skin looks clearer, not clearer, but like, how do you say, not pale, right?
Really?
Like vibrant. And I don't see the dark circles under the eyes.
More liver function.
Yes.
Yes.
You got it. I'm serious.
Absolutely.
I do see that. Yeah. Jean is saying, Beth, your skin is toned. That's what it is.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, yes, and I did have the raccoon eyes. Yes.
And side note for everyone, if you guys notice raccoon eyes, dark circles under the eyes, that is a indicator of liver struggling.
Yes, absolutely. So
I'm glad to see that.
I'm very thrilled, because I know dynamically that my body, that my organs are functioning more optimally. And you know, I'm trying to find that balance of where I can say this compliantly, right? But these are the symptoms like it's very evident now. And I feel that because I had not slowed down enough to take the pictures.
Right.
But I'm very glad that I did do that today. And just
Yes.
am like, so stoked because I know that it's more than just the way I feel now. I know it's the way that I look.
100%. That's awesome. Awesome.
So,
Awesome. Yeah. And
keep
everyone,
at it, guys. Don't give up on. Yeah.
everyone's dropping
Thank you.
chat, congratulating, saying they can see it.
I'll have
Yes.
to go peek.
I know. Totally. Oh man, that's awesome. Awesome. Well, I'm so glad you unmuted. Thank you. And also Beth is in her new 12K car. She just got a new car for her 12K bonus, didn't you? It's cute. You
I
show us.
did.
It's got red interior.
Oh, absolutely. It's red and black.
Which one is it?
So,
The Lexus?
the Lexus 300 FX is the sport model with the turbo engine.
Cool. Turn your camera so we can see that other seat. I want to see that interior.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I love this.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
yes.
Oh, look how cute
I
that
have all my
is.
stuff. I just met with the client and dropped off my GLP. I had an extra pack, and so
It's so
she was having trouble
cute.
logging in.
You don't
So
need to
that's my
explain
that's
the
my
mess in your
Lexus.
car.
I love it.
I
So,
love it
yeah.
too.
But it's all my business stuff. It's all my Thrive stuff. So
Well, listen, living on a ranch out of town, your vehicle becomes like a second home because you got to have everything you might need. And when you live in Montana, you need everything you might need if you get cold. So my car looks
it's
like
the
an
second
RV.
office. Yep.
Thank you. That's awesome. Thank you for
Thank
sharing.
you.
Okay, who else wants to unmute today?
I will.
All right, Leona, hi.
Hi, good morning.
You look
I'm in
great and
Ventura,
chipper
so
today.
what was that?
I said you're looking great and chipper today.
Oh, thank you. I have just literally crawled out of bed because it's early here.
I know she's in Pacific time zone, everyone.
Yeah, Ventura. But good morning. It's been really good. I've been a promoter for, I don't know, 10 years, over
Yep.
10 years probably. And yeah, my GLP has kind of just sparked the business, the excitement again. And it's been really cool to see, the people that I've been working with, just their stories already. I mean, people that I never got Thrive to work for, they're coming back because they've had hysterectomies and, hormone issues. And now they're like down 6 pounds in, 10 days, and they're just thrilled. So, I mean, just stories like that is just going to fire you up no matter what.
Oh man, it's so exciting.
Yeah, it
And
really it
how
is.
many days have you taken it, the
So I'm
kit?
on day 15.
I can see the inflammation going away in your face too. Look at her, everyone. Look at her face. I can see the definition,
I have a
cheekbone.
very round
No,
cheeks anyways.
but you
And
have the definition. I see it though.
yeah,
Like
it's definitely
you
helping.
really are. I can tell.
Yeah, it's really helping. I have lost so the thing I'm kind of working through is that I lost about 20 pounds at the end of last year. And mostly
Yeah.
that's because I have ADHD
Mm.
and I'm on ADHD meds. So I'm trying to figure out this product with that because it's a stimulant.
Yeah.
And so I'm trying to get off of those. I mean, this is not medical claims, but
No.
it's just me
Yeah.
working with it. It's my story.
Yes, of course.
And but I mean, the focus with this product is awesome.
Yeah.
I'm able to go out without that and still feel really good. The food noise isn't coming back because that's a big part of it is
Yes, sure.
those meds take away the food noise. And so now I
Yeah.
see it with this product. So it's a great just alternative,
That's so cool.
natural alternative to this. I don't
Yeah.
think, people are talking about because it's a medical
Right.
condition.
Well, and also side note though, because people do have a desire, whether they're taking the prescription, shots
Yeah.
or something else.
Yeah.
Anytime, and this is a side note for anyone that's on any medication, if you have decided you are done with your medication, you have to tell your doctor, I am done with this and I want you to wean me down.
Yeah.
Do not go cold turkey. Okay.
Yeah.
Every single person listening to me. And
That's a
I'm
good
not
point.
telling anyone to get off their meds. I am
Yeah.
telling you, if you have made the decision, you talk to your doctor and
Yes.
tell them, wean me down.
Yeah,
Because
good point.
because the thing is, when you're on medications, your body adjusts other hormones, systems, processes, enzymatic factors, methylation, all of these things adjust when we take a medication. And so cutting cold turkey is difficult, very hard on the body. Sometimes we have new neurotransmitters or neurotransmitter uptake pathways. All these things get affected by medication. And so that's why we don't quit it cold turkey. Side note, disclaimer.
Yeah, no, that's great. That's really good news. And I'm not, I've communicated to,
Perfect.
yeah, so yeah, it's going really good. The weight loss, I'm not necessarily noticing it, but I'm definitely noticing just feeling less inflammation, which is key because I have horrible back problems.
Yeah.
Yeah, everything's going really well with it. I'm super excited. Yeah, and with other people. But what I wanted to talk to you about was,
Yes.
I wasn't on last week, but I was on the week before, and we talked about going live. And
Yes.
it like freaks me out. I don't know what it is. Since for 10 years, I've struggled with it. And I finally just said, F it. And I went live 3 times last week, the week right after we talked, 3 different times. And I thought it was a good transition to talk
Yeah.
about my GLP. It gave me an excuse to go live. Like, hey, you guys,
Yeah.
I've committed to giving you updates. Here it is. And that was amazing. Like, I have people communicating and coming to me now,
Yeah.
saying, hey, saw, what you're doing. That's really interesting. Tell me more. And it's
Oh.
just opened up so many more conversations. And then I did for the first time a live on stories, as I was like, actually it wasn't even live. It was a video I uploaded to stories of me just taking a walk and talking about stuff. And that I've had so many people just come out of the woodworks and talk to me about it. So
Yay.
it's been good. I've got a new customer. She's doing amazing. And yeah.
Okay, so going forward, what is your commitment to lives? How many per week?
I want to do 2 a week for sure.
Yep, good.
Yep.
Which days?
So
Generally?
I am I travel to a beautiful place 4 times a week with my son. We travel an hour out of our way. And
Yeah.
so I'm going to a different location because it's so beautiful. I have my background. So I'm calling it my
Oh.
Ojai Adventures.
I
And
love pie.
yes. So so 2 days a week, I think that's pretty
I
doable.
think so.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well,
Yeah.
that is going to be a game changer in your business. I
Yeah.
know this personally.
Yeah, it will be.
It will be 100%. And it's exciting to see you having the results already with the interest.
Yeah.
So
for
now
sure.
are you, how are you tracking the interest in terms of doing follow-up conversations?
So it's in my notes basically. And then I also have a in my Google Drive. So
Okay.
like where I'm at in each place, but I would always open to suggestions on that because I'm
Well, I was
not
going to
very
ask
organized.
you if you are considering starting your project broadcast.
So I have looked at it and I do an email list, but I should, yes.
The email, let me tell you, being a person who's done email,
Yeah, it's not.
project broadcast,
Yeah.
it does not move the needle. Like I send out 15, 16,000 emails a week and I literally might get one reply. I send out my project broadcasts and I'm like, could be busy all day long replying with people. Because the thing is, I think what happens is people's emails now are they just get so buried. Email's boring, right? Whereas our text messages, it comes straight to the phone. They get a notification. It feels like they are texting with you. They are, right? What I tell people now when I start a conversation with them is I want to add you to my texting app so that you can inbox me anytime and we can chat about anything like health related, health journey, weight loss, our products, whatever. Anyway, that's how I get them initially on the app. And then from there, it's you just send out a text like you're talking to that one person. And then it goes to all the different people, right? And I love Project Broadcast. And I've told you guys this before. I think it's wise to start it before you have a ton of contacts so that you already know how to use it. And there's training videos on there. We've had training videos with team leaders. We can do more of them if there's more interest. But Project Broadcast for me, for Laura, for Cheyenne, for Wendy, all of us are using it. And many people have used it for a few years. I really, really got into it starting this fall. And I'm telling you what, you guys, I mean, you all know I was out of the business the last year. I had 0 PPA when I came back in August when I restarted, and I had I closed December with 23 orders, new customer orders. And let's see, yesterday I was at like 16 and we're mid-month. So I'm back into what I call momentum, where I'm starting to feel like I have 50 million conversations and people like every single day now, someone's like, I ordered or I'm ready to order, you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
so I feel like that there can be, depending on where you are in your business, you could have a ton of interest right now starting to share your live videos, or you might need to build it up a little. I felt like mine lagged because part of the reason is I got heavily censored on Facebook. I was in Facebook jail. You guys might remember that. And then I boycotted Facebook. And then Instagram deleted my account. I had 30,000 followers there. All my pictures, everything gone from all the years. And so now I only have 300 followers on Instagram. So that felt like, well, now I feel like that's a waste of time to focus on. So then I thought, well, why don't I start going live again on Facebook and just see what happens? Well, I was still being shadow banned. And so I would go live to 12,000 followers and I'd have 8 views. And so then I was like, okay, I have to refine what it is that I did in the past. So I went back to my fan page and I watched all my old videos to remind myself of how I got engagement, right? And so if any of you are confused about, well, what do I do? You can go watch some of my old videos if you go to my fan page. It's the same, my same name, Elise Lininger, but it's the fan page, you know, to like, and just go to the videos. And I was like, oh yeah, that's how I did it. So so you're asking them questions that they reply. You remind them to type in a comment, right? You remind them to type live if they're live, type replay if they watch the replay, type the end if they watch till the end. Just little things like that. You guys, that increases the engagement. When it increases the engagement, Facebook shows it to your followers. And sometimes you show up in the discovery page where, you know, they post live videos. I don't have that opportunity anymore because I'm still shadow banned and considered non-compliant according to Facebook's CCP standards. I just call it that. But I do think if you guys really nail down how to engage your audience, you're going to explode. And I know this because that video I made last week about the blood sugar and the sodium got over 10,000 views.
Okay.
So my video is they're starting to get that engagement again, like I was used to having prior to getting really sick with Lyme. And I just want to remind you all how to get the engagement. Are you doing those things, Liana?
Probably not enough, but and I'll focus on that this week for sure. I'm still like, okay, do I go live on Facebook and transfer it to like I really want to just like you, Instagram is not my number one. I've always done Facebook. I'll do Instagram just to stay active over there.
Mhm.
And then the stories I do just because I think that does build you know, conversations. But with Facebook, like my 3 videos, which I haven't even been very active on Facebook in general for the
Right.
past year. I mean, I'm just not consistent. And they
Yeah.
still, all 3 of them got over 750 views.
Okay, so hello. Think about this, everyone. Think about this. One of the largest hotel venues, like a conference room, holds 300 people.
Yeah.
She just spoke to 2 large hotel conference rooms. Let that sink in. Like, that is a money maker. And the same for you, Sam. You said you had 750 views. You guys, the live videos on Facebook, I'm telling you that I know that that's where it's at because I have made, I mean, that's how we made so much money, was using Facebook Live. Because I think there are a lot of people on Instagram. I think, and people are going to all the different platforms. That doesn't mean they're not still on Facebook, clearly, right? Like, look at, we have 2 promoters here that just shared. They went live 2 and 3 times this past week and got over 750 views per video.
Yeah.
Okay, 1,500 people. That's 5 hotel rooms. I mean, think about that. Okay, so that definitely. Okay, here's what I want you all to think about. Write down. Facebook Live is my advertising. Right down below that. It is free in all caps. Okay. The important thing to know about that is that your you're going to be reaching new audiences, but you're also going to be speaking to the people who've been watching you. Because this week, Laura and I both, we have had an absolute shit ton of new people joining us, like an explosion. It has been mind blowing to me. And so many of them have said to me, do you know what they say? Because I always ask them, how did you find me? That's another key. Ask them, how did they find you? Well, they say to me, I've been watching your videos for 10 years. I had somebody tell me she watched my video for 15 years because I started back on Facebook in like 2008 or something, 2009, I guess, one of those years, right? And made live videos all this time. And so the interesting thing about social media is your audience builds the know, like, and trust factor, and you're not putting, you're putting a fraction of time and energy into each person that's watching, right? A fraction. But think about how long it takes to build a know, like, and trust factor with a person in real life or a friend, and all the different coffee dates you would have had, or girls' night going out, something like this. Well, the power of the Facebook Live video is that it's working on your behalf. It's actually something that's called leverage. So you're utilizing this one-to-many approach. That's leverage, okay? It's kind of like if you're investing in real estate and you purchase real estate that is producing income through rentals, right? That's leverage. You're leveraging your dollar in that investment. Here, we are leveraging your time in that investment in that live video. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. So keywords are key. One of the things I do on my keywords is I tell, so as you set up your project broadcast, okay, it will give you a, well, you'll have a keyword or a link that you can use. That might be the next advanced step. Let's just say the keyword. So what you're going to do is, for example, I go live and I'm talking about my GLP, and I'm talking about my exclusive list where I'm giving them private coaching. I'm giving them the plan, blah, 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 blah. And I say, if you are interested, and it's as if you are speaking to one person, right? When you're on your live video, and you're saying to them, if you are interested and you have decided that you are ready to change your life today, and I want you to use emotion in how you speak, right? Because if you're talking to your best friend and she has been complaining to you for an entire freaking year about the same issues, and she is not making a change, but she is telling you she wants to make a change. So that's your audience, right? The best friend that is telling you for the past year that she wants to make a change and she isn't doing it, you're going to get a little bit of emotion in your voice. You're going to get a little bit bold. You're going to get assertive with her. You're going to say, today is the day. Let's do this today. I am here for you. I want to do this with you. And then you say, and if this resonates with you, or if this is speaking to you, type VIP in the comments. Type I am ready in the comments. Whatever. Choose your phrase. Then they're just typing it. Here's the cool thing, you guys. Social proof. Now other people come onto your video and they're like, everyone's typing that. What is she talking about? And then they're like curious, and they want to be like, okay, I got to watch that video. I got to see what they're talking about. I'm ready too. Do you see what I'm saying? Like this snowball effect. It is so powerful, you guys. That is a magic formula for doing a Facebook Live. Anyone have any questions, or Leanna questions?
Not necessarily questions, but something else that really came up when I did even my first live.
Mm-hmm.
I have perfection, I want my posts to be perfect, and I put too much thought into them, and then I spend too much time on it, and then I end up not posting. Like posting is really difficult for me, but I thought lives were harder. Okay.
Yeah.
After my first live, I was like, that was the easiest thing ever. Like, I don't have to put really much thought into it. I can just talk like I'm talking to a friend. It doesn't take a million hours for me, or brain power, to actually put together a post and sit in front of my computer. I just went live.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, that I can do. Like that
Yeah.
I can stay consistent with. So anyway, that was a big aha moment for me, for sure.
Well, and a little side note for everyone, you can use Chat GPT if you're
I do.
To do, I don't know what to post. I'm so confused.
Even with that, I still hesitate, and I don't know. I don't know what it is. I'm working through that, but I'll get there.
Okay, so oftentimes when people overthink and they can't seem to get past it, it's something from their childhood.
Yeah.
One of the first life experiences when someone told you to be quiet, to be not to be, seen but not heard kind of deal. There, if you can like work through that in your meditation and your journal and ask for that to be exposed to you, what could that be? And then dive through it and then ask for that to be transformed, because that's not your truth today. It's not your truth today. You just proved it.
True.
So bringing to your conscious mind all of the proof that that is a lie, and just say, you know what, that's part of me. That's what, an experience that helped me to become who I am today, but it is not true for me anymore. And then you really stay laser focused on what is true for you. You rewire the brain. And the part about rewiring consciously is it rewires the subconscious. And the subconscious is the operating system that can take you out of the game and into self-sabotage.
Yeah.
So it's like this part of the puzzle is part of the work.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I got lots to work on. Thank you.
Everyone does every day. Let's just be honest. Okay, who else? Hi, Becky.
Hi. I figured it
Figured
out.
out the mute button.
Ah, it's been a great meeting. I've loved it.
Well, we're glad you're here and you joined us. You heard me introduce you earlier.
I've been on the whole time. I've been going back and forth trying to figure out how to unmute it.
Well, you got it.
I'm a slow learner here.
You're okay. Totally in the right place. Everyone's learning here.
Now, how do I go back and see the rest of the people?
Oh, are you on your phone?
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to swipe to the right, I think.
Okay. There we are. All right.
That should show you everyone.
Okay.
Right? App users. I'm on my laptop, so
I'm just going to look at you.
they all said yes.
There we go.
Okay,
I see you.
that's okay.
You.
What else did you hear today, or what did I miss about your story that you wanted to share?
Well, I've just been following you since day one, and I've watched your journey and just had a lot of respect for you, and really didn't get what I needed as far as leadership with my sponsor that I had, and went a different direction with a different company, and watched your journey when you got real sick and thought, you know what, we've kind of been in the same place but different
Mhm.
places, and I knew that I got paralysis from doing the shots and had my gallbladder taken out and
Oh no.
had 2 hernia surgeries from that. So I
Oh,
knew I needed something, and I needed to get my weight off. I didn't want to do big pharma. So
wow.
when I saw these companies jumping on with this GLP and you were doing it, I'm like, I trust you
Aw,
because you've tried so many other things
that's
with your,
true.
I just knew that I needed to do this. And it didn't matter how much it cost because I'd spent so much on the O word and the M word.
Yep.
And it made me really sick, and I feel like it's venom. I'm sorry, I'm making a claim, but that's what happened to me. And
Yeah.
so now I'm trying to work on people. I have so many friends who are doing the other thing, and they just think it's the greatest thing ever, but they can't get out of the bathroom.
Oh, yeah, I've heard
Their
that.
hair's they're losing their hair. I'm a hairdresser.
Mhm.
And they can't figure out what's going on, and I said, I got something for you, just listen to me. But I just got my stuff yesterday, so
So everyone,
I'm on day one.
yeah, so I have to share this because we were all like, Becky is the GLP-1 kit 2.0, okay? And I say this because Becky, you ordered, I think, let's see,
Wednesday
you ordered Wednesday.
or
She got
Thursday.
it, wait, which day?
Wednesday or Thursday.
Yeah, and literally got it Friday, okay?
Yeah.
So shipping is now working.
Yeah.
Because, well, those of us in pre-launch, we ordered December 7th and then they shipped like, I don't know, January 2nd or whatever. And then we had these blizzards, we had a strike in FedEx, like all these things happened. And people's they were like, where's our product? And then Becky orders on Wednesday and she texted me yesterday, I'm starting my GOP today. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
I couldn't even believe it. So yeah, we're back on track.
Yes. And I slept like a baby last night. I usually wake up
Ooh.
3 or 4 times.
Yes.
And it didn't. So I'm excited. I'm just getting started.
Yes. Oh man, it's just very, very, very exciting.
Yeah.
So everybody, don't forget Thursday night, as you're talking to friends, family, Thursday night, we are doing our new customer GOP info Zoom. You can invite them to learn about why this works, how it works, if they're on the shots or if they're coming off the shots, how they can take it together, blah, blah, blah. Everything, everything. We're going to cover it all. We will. So invite your prospects. I can tell you this, we had that Zoom the other night. Laura and I both had brand new customers listening in and placed their orders while we were live. And then from there, we went and counted all the new orders. We had 15 new orders from Thursday night. So like I shared last week, mark that down and get as many people on it as you can. Because I guarantee you, if they hop on and they hear these stories and they hear about these products, they will order. Your job between now and then is to get as many people to listen as you can. Okay? Just like I used to say when we did our live events in Billings, Montana, your job is to get the butts in the seats and let me work my magic. Because I know I can sell them. If you can get them on there with me, they're ordering. I know it. So get them on there. That is your job. If that is the only thing you focus on this week, get people on that Thursday night. Guaranteed it, guarantee it, guarantee it, guarantee it. Get them on. And if they don't order during the Zoom and they're ordering after it, your job then is follow up, follow up, follow up, follow up. They've already told you they want it by showing up to the Zoom, okay? And life can get busy, life can happen. Your job then is follow up. And put them on the phone with one of your leaders or put them in a text message or messenger with one of the leaders. They'll let them close for you, okay? Your job is literally, they say in le-vel that we're promoters, so promote. Promote the event. Got it? Get them on the event. That we know will sell them. We know it. And this event will happen, I think we're going to stick with Thursdays going forward. So you're going to always have an event to invite to. Does that make sense? You talk to the new person, you get them on the next event. You talk to the new person, you get them on the next event. The new person shows up. If they don't order, guess what? You get them on the next event. Okay? And you follow up with them and you say, okay, listen, there's some kind of XYZ promo. I got to share it with you or whatever it is. Okay. That is your reason to follow up. Anytime that anyone has engaged with you at any point, basically that's them saying, yes, I want to hear from you. Yes, I want this product. I need more information. If they haven't ordered yet, they need more information. So just assume they need more information. So your job is to literally give them more information. Okay. And do it consistently. Don't drop the ball on it. The fortune is in the follow-up. It's not a cliche phrase. It's a fact. The fortune is in the follow-up. And remember, sometimes it can take 15 follow-ups. The beauty and magic of Facebook Live is it's doing follow-up for you, especially if they see the video. Now, let's imagine that you have had someone on the Zoom, they didn't order. Very rare case. But let's imagine they didn't order. Your job then is when you go live, or if you like the video I share when I go live, your job is to send it to them and ask them, did you see the video? What'd you think? Isn't this exciting? Blah, 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 blah. Reference something you saw in the video. Okay. You guys, that's it. That's all you need to focus on. Don't overwhelm yourself with anything else right now. Nothing else. That's it. Got it? Any questions? Does it sound easy? Are you like, ooh, that's a relief?
Hey, that totally makes sense, and it definitely is what's effective. Is it going to be the same number and you weren't sure about if you were going to do it with a different link or something? 'Cause-
Yeah. So we're Laura and I are actually what we were thinking, and you guys give me your feedback. What we were thinking is we're going to do it kind of a little bit like a webinar style. Remember when le-vel did the launch party for GLP in December, and you entered your name in a Zoom form, like to receive the link. So
Yes.
we're going to do it like that. What we're trying to figure out is, because we want to send a replay, what we're trying to figure out is, if someone fills out a Zoom form link, will that give them the ability to receive the replay without us doing another step and putting them on an email list of some kind?
Which would be really nice. And those replays, sometimes because I have 2 different phones,
Yeah.
and to get to the phone where I want to watch one of them is, and I'm good with technology.
Right.
Sometimes it's really hard. If the ones you do just that's a YouTube link that I can just
Yeah.
click on, I can text that to my other phone and then just
That's
pull
our
it up on
plan.
YouTube.
Yeah.
But when it's not like that,
Mhm.
it goes through the
doesn't.
Facebook group. I
Yeah,
can't pull it
and you
up.
can't. So that's our plan. Our plan is to put all of these onto YouTube.
That would be great because I had a couple people who I had talked to wanted to see it, and I
Yeah.
couldn't figure out a way to send them that.
I know. Well, and if we do it on YouTube, here's the other piece, you guys. Hopefully you all are keeping like pages in your notes app. And what I would say is anytime you see a video on YouTube or wherever, put it in a resources like maybe you call it GLP-1 customer videos, or you know what I'm saying? Like make a page in your notes app, and then you take the link, copy the link from the YouTube video that you like, and save it in your notes app right there. Because then easy, right? Copy paste or put your finger on the link in the notes app and push forward, and boom, you text it to your prospect. Or boards. Yes, thanks, Jamie. I just don't ever use boards because it's another app I haven't learned. So the Notes app, I got that one down. And I love to use Notes app because I can use the search function and I can share notes like Laura and I share notes, and Wendy and whatever. But it just, for me, that's where I do all my work. I know I should be doing boards, but I don't. So that I hope is helpful. Like get organized with your resources so they're easy to send to your prospects, whether it's boards or the Notes app. Okay. Use the YouTube. My YouTube channel is called Detox Life. We shared the video from Thursday night on YouTube. Does anyone have it? They could post it in the chat right now. Do you know where it might be? If not, Facebook me right now and I will share it with you and you can send it to everybody right here because I'm on my phone and I can't share it to my computer right now. But if you guys just grab that one was a really good, I think, a really good Zoom to share with prospects right now. And here's what I tell people, because it's long. And some people are like, oh, it's too long, I can't watch it. We always focus on covering what's important in the first 30 minutes. And then the next is the chit chat. Let's answer questions, share testimonials. But our plan going forward is we're going to have slides to keep us focused because Laura and I can go down rabbit holes. We're going to really try to do that. And if we are failing to do that, someone message me or text me and say, get back on track. And then I will. But we're going to we're going to stay focused with our webinar slides. We're going to go cover what we can in that first 30 minutes so that you guys can feel good sharing it. And then people, if they need to hop off, can hop off. We know they've gotten the information that they need. And then from there on, like I said, testimonials, FAQs, whatever. Okay. We did yes, Glenn, thank you. The short version. Yes, he got it. Okay, so he just shared the short version of the blood sugar sodium video there. That one that went viral a week ago, had over 10,000 views. That one, we condensed it down to 10 minutes. So it's just like the nuts and bolts of the sodium blood sugar connection as it relates to my GLP-1. And if you click that link, guys, if you click that link, do you all see it in the chat? If you click that link there, that takes you to my YouTube channel. And now you can see all my videos. And that's where, if you subscribe to the channel or if you bookmark it, that's where it will actually, you will see all the new videos that we post going forward. And some of our Zooms are on there from masterminds and chain trainings. And then obviously we're doing our GLP videos there. Okay. And you can go back into my videos archive and find a lot of videos. This is really funny. I hadn't looked at my channel, during my illness, and I think I hadn't looked in like 2 years. And I went on there and I saw I had a video with, I don't know, 3 or 4 million views, like nuts. And then I had my Wayne Dwyer video went viral. That one is the I am meditation video. You guys might want to add that to your library. Just saying. That one is very good. It's also on the YouTube channel. Okay, let's see. Oh yes, thank you, Glenn. He's sharing that link for the customer Zoom the other night. Perfect. Yep, you got it. Okay, so now you have resources. Anyone have questions? Comments? Aha moments?
Elise, I loved the Thursday Night Live because I had 2 guests on and both of them ordered. So I think that's really great. One was a customer, past ordering, and the other one had been a customer but never ordered anything. And she's been on as a customer on my thing since like 2014.
Yeah.
I saw her name said 2014. I thought I'd only been since 2015, but so that was kind of weird, but she's been following so that long, like you mentioned with your lady, just following you, and with our new gal in here today. And so then my one gal who has just been following, she was like, I just can't believe that like Elise answered my question. Thank you so much. She just kept saying, thank you so much about the blood pressure question. That was her. And she's just looking so much like so excited about it. She was going to wait till Friday to order, and then she already ordered on right after. And I was like, oh, that was like, I was okay with you waiting. Like, it's okay. It's not a rush, but it has only been since 2014.
Exactly. Well, so now that tells me she could receive her order today.
Yeah, it's already been shipped. She showed me last night, like at I don't know, 1 o'clock Central Time in the morning, which was kind of fun. I'm like, why are you up so late? I guess she's excited.
She's got the Christmas jitters.
That's right. That's right.
That's exciting. Thank you.
And then inflammation wise, I've noticed like last night there was a spot on my hip that's always just like kind of rock solid and hard all the time. And it was squishy last night. I know that sounds funny, but just the difference in that and the energy hasn't been like off the charts. Like when I take my elite, like I'm usually pretty woohoo.
Yeah.
But with this, I'm just more level-headed and calm and kind of can just take everything in. And I think today is day 8. Is that day 8, Dwayne? Yeah, today we're day 8, taking it.
Yay.
My husband and I and my mom are taking it. So
awesome. Well, I am seeing the inflammation go, like literally I am in everyone's faces. Seriously. It's very exciting. Thank you. Thank you. Jamie.
I just wanted to thank you guys for all the resources, you and Laura. So my GLP, I'm on tomorrow will be 2 weeks, and it's kind of been a roller coaster for me. It's been good and bad and all over the place. So I really appreciate that you guys have the groups and the videos. And I think there's a thread in our team page about people and their side effects so that I can learn about what's going on. Day 2 or 3, like I literally thought I was going to fall asleep in session at work. Like I was so exhausted, and exhausted I haven't felt in a long time for like a day. My sleep hasn't improved. I miss the energy from the other capsules, but I'm leveling out now. I'm not feeling tired like I was. I'm down about 4.5 pounds, which is awesome. But I have PCOS. I had an ankle replacement surgery in October. I have arthritis in my ankles. So I think this is going to be the long game for me, So I'm really excited about, I'm starting to make some changes, but it wasn't like this huge aha. And I was a little frustrated at first because I've been putting it out there. And then I'm like, ooh, I don't want to tell everybody that I don't feel good or that I'm tired, right? And so trying to balance, like, I think in the long run, it'll be a good story to share.
Yes, it will. So when you started, my question is, did you start with 2 capsules and the shake and like all 4 steps right out of
Oh,
the
yeah.
gate?
I figured that's good. Like, you know, and none of that stuff affects me. And I was nauseous, but I was just so
So
tired.
hang on, back it up. It did affect you.
It just affected me, but I just that would because I've been thriving for so long.
Right, but it's totally different ingredients.
Right.
So this is a good point to make for everyone to listen because you might, this is why I slow start everyone. Okay, 1 capsule, half a shake. If they're hypersensitive, we go even slower. 1 capsule day 1. Okay, because what happened to you, Jamie, is your body was like, the reason you got so tired, this is exactly why it happened. So you took the product, which actually has so many blood sugar lowering herbs in it and adaptogens. Your body was like, oh, well, now I need to rest. I am tired. I'm really tired. And so your body is like, we need to do some rest and repair. So it's almost like you needed to do it slower so that your body wasn't like, oh, I got the tools that I need. I got to get into rest and repair and digest mode, right? Like we need to shut things down for a bit. And that's, you guys, that's why I say every single symptom that people are having on this product is normal because your body is trying to do what it needs to do to rest, repair, digest, to find homeostasis, which is balance. Okay. And so that's why I believe the slow start method for everyone is a really good idea because you don't want them to be like, oh, well, that doesn't work because I don't have the energy that people are talking about. You would rather have people come in and be like, oh yeah, maybe I'm noticing something. And over time, they're like, oh yeah, now I'm noticing XYZ. By week 2 is when they'll really notice it, especially with the slow start method. And the beauty of doing it is you're not going to get people that find themselves with nausea or a headache or overexhausted like you experienced, Jamie, because imagine if you hadn't had the experience with le-vel, the history, you might have been like, F this, right?
Yes. Yes,
You would have said,
probably. I mean, it was
this doesn't work,
terrible.
I'm quitting. I want my money back or whatever. But not understanding that if you do it slow and you look back and reflect and be like, whoa, look at the changes. Look at the inflammation going down. Look at the
You
pounds.
can see it too. I did a
That's
video
what
a
I'm
day or 2
saying.
ago and I was like, I think I see cheekbones.
Exactly. Exactly what I'm saying. But so that's why I believe it's important to do a slow start with people, you all, because you don't know where they're at. And remember, this product was formulated for all sizes of people. And we know with dosages, therapeutic dosages of herbs and or meds, they are all based on weight. So we're going to have a product that works for a person who weighs over 300 pounds. We have a product that works for a person who's 125. So you might have to cut the dose in half. Do you see what I'm saying? Like everybody's body is different. And that is why I think the slow start method is brilliant. Unless, of course, you are dealing with someone who is heavier and they always say, I don't notice anything. But then I'm going to say they probably are not taking in the fiber that they need. And so that they're going to take the shake and they're going to have digestive upset, gas and bloating because they don't take in the fiber. That's my guess.
Well, and maybe that's part of because I'm always like, I don't feel like I feel things like everybody else. Like it takes a while. I'm like, I don't know. So I really,
I love it. Well, now we know and it is a good story because it's something people can learn from.
Well, and then I didn't freak out. I have a friend that just started and she's gassy and she's like, oh my God, my stomach's upset. And I'm able to direct her to the right places and tell her like, hold on, this will pass. Just take 1 capsule a day until you're feeling better. And feel confident in saying that had I not went through it, I'd be like, I don't know, but because of all the resources and people just being honest about their experiences, good, bad, and ugly, it helps us know how to answer things, I guess.
Yep.
Here,
So Beth,
another
what were you gonna say?
Yeah, another thought. I just met with one of my customers that had just done the detox. Tomorrow's their last day of detox. And I walked her through how we're going to slow start her, but she's small framed. And I'm like, look, this 30 days that you're going to order may last you twice as long. It may last you 60. You may, and she's an older lady, and I'm like, it may, but I don't know your body. So we're going to slow start. This is how to do it. But then who knows?
Yeah.
You may not need the whole thing.
Has she received her order yet, Beth?
No, she's not a lady that can't get into her account. We sent it still. I sat there and we met outside the gym, and we still couldn't. I could not. She's not getting the code to reset her password. And I'm like, okay, we have done everything I can. So I sent an email in. I don't know. We'll see.
And
Eventually,
send me your email, and I'll send it to the 200K issues email address.
things happening with her husband's account, so I don't know what it is. But anyway, in here nor there, I gave her 6 days of my extra one that came in yesterday, and I'm like, look, this 6 days may last you 12.
Yeah.
So she was very appreciative of that.
Oh, good.
Process. So, do key in on the size, the weight of your person. Because I have another client that's nearly 400 pounds that's going to start, and she ordered, and like, I'm going to slow start her the first couple of days, that as fast as I can get her to the full dose.
Well, so here's the thing about starting people, and even looking at the weight and the dose. I wouldn't choose to do slow start based on their weight. I would choose to do slow start anyway, because the reason being is the bacteria, the probiotic, the bacteria that's in our capsules in our shake, it's called Bifidobacterium lactis. Bifidobacterium lactis. This probiotic, if it's new to the person, which it probably is, unless they're taking it as a supplement, or they're eating fermented foods, which very few Americans are doing this, then the problem is, this is a new probiotic, a new bacteria introduced to the gut. The other bacteria and the candida in the gut get angry when there is new bacteria introduced, okay? And then they have a battle. And when they go to battle, they produce a lot of gas. When they produce the gas, they produce the bloating. Bloating hurts, right?
Yes.
And for someone that is not in tune with their body and or hasn't been down this wellness path or listening to our videos, they are going to be like, screw this.
Hey, so my other thought is this. I have 2 people that have had gastric sleeves. Am I going to approach them any differently?
No.
Okay.
I mean, I would do slow start, 1 capsule a day, see how they do, because sometimes people with a gastric sleeve can't digest a capsule and they need to actually put it in aploplas.
Yes. Okay. Okay.
So that's how I would ask them, are you able to digest capsules? They'll know.
They'll know.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
They'll know.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Who else? Amy,
Hi,
I know
Elise,
you.
it's Richard.
Oh, hey, Richard. I'll come to you, Amy, next. Go ahead.
2 things. 1, I live close to the ocean. Can I make my own sea salt?
Well, where do you live?
I live in Rhode Island. I can get down to Narragansett, right by the Atlantic Ocean in 45 minutes. And I saw a video where the lady took a couple of gallons of water from the ocean, strained it, and then put it on a low boil. All the water disappeared and the sea salt was left.
Right. So people can do this. This is the only issue, though. So many of our shoreline are toxic with pollution. And so that sea salt that I recommend to you guys, the Celtic sea salt, or Makai, Makai, also produced by the same company. You can get them on Fullscript. The Makai sea salt is actually harvested. They harvest the seawater from 2,000 feet underwater, where the water is swirling and fresh and not contaminated by the surface water. And then in the Celtic sea salt, in that situation, they're harvesting it from an area that's very remote and in Northern Europe, and it is also not contaminated and it's tested. So I don't know, it's up to you, but sea salt is very inexpensive. You can get a bag of it on Fullscript for $7. So.
Okay, and then the other thing, the other day I had that stomach bug thing,
Yes.
And I was run down, I was tired, and I couldn't eat anything. But I took one of the strips from the GLP, and it gave me energy to get through the rest of the day,
Oh,
which
good.
I thought was an interesting idea, and it worked very well.
Awesome. Well, it gave you a little
Just figured
caffeine
I'd
boost.
share that. Right.
But it also gave you a little caffeine boost, and it helped you utilize some of that glucose in your blood, right? And put it to work. And that's what that strip does. So that's really what's smart of you.
Because like you said, I was in a position where I couldn't put any food in my body. It was just going to reject it immediately. And
Yeah.
I'm sitting there going, oh, I got the strip. Might as well try the strip and see if that
Yeah.
gives me a boost.
Yes.
Boom.
I'm glad to hear it. That's awesome.
Just figured I'd share that with everybody.
Thank you for that. Yeah, he had a stomach flu. So he tried the strip for it. I love it. Love it. Okay, who else? Anybody else? Amy said she's been having troubles too adjusting, but she feels like things are getting under control. Good. Let me see if I missed anything you shared. She said she can't unmute. She's at work. 2 weeks today, finding your own mix is definitely helpful. Not all bodies are the same, so everyone's system will change, and that's okay. I'm just trying to reassure people that and give them the support while they find their best process. Perfect, perfect. Okay, with the slow start, when do you add the DFT? I added slow. Jean says, I added slow and cut my DFT in half for the first 2 days. Yep. So again, if you're working with sensitive, hypersensitive person, Rob's theory is low and slow. Do one step for 3 days before you add the next step. That's his theory. Adjust it as needed. Because the thing I'm finding is people are very impatient. That's a very American way to approach life. And so they want to go all in, all the way on day one. But as we know, here in America, sometimes that can be to our detriment. And we want to think long term, long term, long term. So wouldn't you rather have everyone love it, love it, love it from day one? And so if that means slow start and you telling them you're going to notice things slowly, and then you can say to them, you know what, if you are impatient, like if they're begging you to not do it that way, if they're saying they're really impatient, then just say, you know what, you're going to get bloating. You're going to get gas. You might feel nauseous. Just tell them all the symptoms right out of the gates. Why not? Because then they'll be like, oh, she said I was going to feel that way, and I do. And it's normal because your body's adjusting. Okay. And it's because of the fiber. It's because of the new probiotic. It's because you may not be taking enough sodium and sea salt into your diet and your blood sugar is going too low and you're not eating enough. Tell them all those things. Just tell them, write those things down, tell them those things, and just, this is how you might feel if you want to do it all in from day one. And it's normal too, but your body will adjust. Or we can do it slowly and you won't notice that, but you'll reflect back and be like, oh, okay. Oh, good. Leanna's taking her sea salt. So this morning when I made my shake, I added my sea salt to my shake. And then I was telling Rob, okay, side note, this is just a meal idea. So write this down. You get a raw whole chicken. Then, this is a very simple recipe. I can do it from scratch off the top of my head. It's so easy, okay? Turn your oven on to 350. As your oven's heating up, you take the chicken out of the bag, rinse it in water, pat it dry with your paper towel. Get out a stick of butter, and you're going to cut chunks of butter and stuff it under the skin. Why? Because your brain needs fat, your cholesterol needs fat, your hormones need fat. Do not be scared of animal fat. If you have gallbladder issues or had a gallbladder removal, take ox bile and enzymes with your meals. Now, back to our recipe. You're going to salt it with garlic salt and sea salt liberally. Pop it in the oven. And about every 20 to 30 minutes or whatever, you're going to baste it with some of the juices. Just kind of spread it on the skin. The skin will get golden and crispy. And you'll know that it's done because either you take the meat temperature at 165 in the deepest part of the breast, or You wiggle the leg and it moves easily and no pink juices come out. That is the roast chicken recipe. I want you guys to make it every single week because it's going to give you really high quality food that you've made from home from scratch, really good protein, amino acids, helping to maintain lean muscle mass. And after you guys eat it, and my whole, like I have two teenage boys and my husband, the 4 of us last night, this is the other note, you put a potato in next to it to roast. And now you've got a healthy starch. I generally do sweet potatoes. Sometimes we'll do a russet potato or something like that. You can also do other root vegetables, cut them up, put them in there to roast. Or you can do separate, like last night we did some broccoli. Now, the other thing, as soon as you're done with it, no bones go in the trash. Do you understand me? From now on, anytime you ever eat anything that has a bone, do not throw it in the trash. This video is really funny. Keep your bones. They go into a Ziploc bag in the freezer, or if you have enough bones on hand at the moment after eating your chicken, all bones and all skin go into a pot. And into the pot at night, so this is what I did last night, I chopped 1 onion in quarters, put it in. I washed the celery, put it in. You don't even have to cut these things small. It doesn't matter. They can be in giant chunks. You don't even have to skin them. It doesn't matter. Put it in the pot. Make it easy, easy, easy. And then, so it's onion, celery, carrot into your pot with your carcass and any juices from the original pan of cooking it, because that gelatin is, yes, you want that. I even eat it by the spoonful last night. I did that before bed. So, and it's this really good, thick, golden gelatin. And anyway, then that goes into the pot. Simmer it on low overnight, 24 hours. This morning, what did I drink as we were on our video? Bone broth, heavily salted, high in protein. Okay. If you guys can make in your pan that you're cooking this chicken carcass with the veggies and you add water to it, 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar. It pulls the minerals out of the bones and it puts it into the broth. That is why I want you to do this every single week. It is one of the best uses of your grocery dollar.
Does it matter what kind of apple cider vinegar? I've heard conflicting things there. What's your?
No, don't worry about that. We don't want to get into the and if you don't have apple cider vinegar, use white vinegar. Whatever vinegar you have on hand for cooking, 2 tablespoons. And it goes into the pot at night after you eat the dinner. Or let's say you don't eat the full all the meat off of the bone, off of the carcass that first night. Let's say there's 1 of you or 2 of you in the household and you can't eat a whole chicken in one sitting. I want you to pick the meat off of the carcass before you throw it into your pot. That's going to become your chicken salad, you could make a chicken stir fry, you could just snack on it, salt it with your sea salt, eat it cold out of the fridge. I don't care. Okay. Does that make sense? Then this bone broth is something, after you strain it. So that's what I'm going to do when we're done with actually I simmer it 24 hours. So this evening I'll strain my bone broth and I'll save it in quart jars, glass jars like this, right in the fridge. And then every single morning I drink a cup. So now I'm getting protein, I'm getting amino acids, I'm getting sea salt right out to start every single morning, which is really, really, really delicious here in Montana in the wintertime because it's so cold out when I come in from my horse chores. Also, before I go out to do horse chores in the evening, I have another cup. So I'm getting a lot of protein this way, a lot of amino acids. Here's another thing. If you've suffered from gastritis or ulcerations in the gut, any gut issues, in fact, anything related to the gut lining, this bone broth is very healing because it has high in glutamine. Glutamine is a gut healing amino acid. Oh, if you guys make this, it will last a week. But if you're drinking a cup of it a day, you'll be done. And by Sunday night, that's why they used to say a chicken in every pot. Historically, that was in America. That was, you were a healthy, well-off American if you cooked a chicken every single week for your family. And I'm going to bring that tradition back to our team. So I was telling my husband that last night because we do this every single week. And I said to him this morning, I cannot believe every single household in America doesn't do this. It is so simple. It is so nourishing. And buy the organic chicken. You're going to get to the store and you're going to be shocked. It's $20 for that bird. But think of all the meals you'll get out of it. I fed my family, a family of 4, 3 adult males. That's a lot of meat, right? Last night, okay? $20 chicken. I fed 4 people, and now I have a gigantic pot of bone broth to sip on all week. If I bought a rotisserie chicken, that's what, $12, I think? I don't know what they are now. I don't buy them. I make them myself. But it's like $12, right? And you can eat, that's another hack though. If you forget to buy the raw chicken and roast it yourself, but please do it because you're going to think it's the best food ever. It tastes so good. I can't tell you how good that crispy skin is with all that butter and sea salt and garlic. Oh, so good. I could eat it every day. But the thing is, if you forget and you find yourself at the grocery store and you're like, oh, it's Sunday night, I gotta make my chicken, then you're gonna buy the rotisserie chicken. It's okay, okay? Don't beat yourself up. Buy the rotisserie chicken that week. Pick all the meat off, right? Eat it for your dinner, pick all the meat off, make your other meals during the week, and then boil the carcass. Make bone broth. It's so simple. Glenn.
And save the bones until you have enough to make the broth. How many chicken carcasses do you normally have before you make a bone broth?
Oh, I just threw one in last night, just one.
One at a time. I got you.
Yeah. And sometimes you guys, you know, we cook all kinds of meat with bones in it all the time because bone is, I mean, that's what's missing in the American diet, in my opinion. People aren't utilizing the bone. They're not utilizing the carcass, the knuckles, which is the cartilage. This is all of our collagen, you guys. You can get it in form, yes, but it's processed. Why not do both? That's my opinion in our family. We do both. I still take form. I take 2 a day, but I also do this. And so with buying meat, we buy in bulk from the local rancher. If you're in an area that you cannot do that, I would recommend you purchasing your meat in bulk from 2 different places, US Wellness Meats or Good Ranchers. And the reason is the way they raise them, and they do not use mRNA, they don't use antibiotics and hormones. And you're supporting ranchers that are committed to sustainable, healthy food and that use healthy, sustainable practices on the land. Because truly a rancher is a grass farmer, if you think about it. And they cultivate the soil. The soil is where our minerals are. So anyway, back to this. The reason this is important, I think, in my opinion, is it's putting some control back into your life. You're learning about your food. You're learning about how to prepare it. And I'm not trying to overwhelm you and say you have to do this every single night. I'm saying do this once a week. Commit to this chicken, this process, 1 time a week. 1 time. That's it. And we can move on from there. I can give you all kinds of recipes and how to utilize the whole cow and all these things. This is something my family has been passionate about for my entire adult life, actually. But this process of the chicken, yes, do it. I mean, we're even to the point where we raise our own, we can butcher them, the whole 9 yards. And we've done this for 20 years. But I would recommend everyone do this because it puts some knowledge and control into your family, which then you pass on. Do you see? It's so important. They say that 80% of kids today do not know where meat comes from. When they ask them, they say it comes from the grocery store. I mean, yes, that's true, right? But not originally. So I just think it's important to get educated in this area of our lives. And again, if you eat any meat, so I think if you want to get a treat for yourself, for your family, go to your local butcher and ask them to buy canoe cut marrow bone. It's canoe cut, they call it. It's the marrow bone, which is the long bone in the cow, right? The leg bones. They have all the marrow in them. And they will cut it and then they slice it in half. So that's why it's called canoe cut. It looks like a little boat and all the marrow is in a crust. And what you do is you roast it at 400, 425. It gets so good and crispy. You can take that marrow out and eat it by the spoon. It is so delicious. It's so, so good for you. Now, then you take those bones and you, after you roast them, now you make beef bone broth, but you have to roast beef bones first. So you roast them, into the pot they go. And you can go and you can ask the butcher, can I have the soup bones? They're super cheap. They're like $5 a pound. Again, make a big stock pot of beef bone broth and sip on that anytime you feel hungry or low blood sugar or you need to get some more sodium in your diet. And it's again the same process. You don't have to overwhelm yourself with preparing. You just throw those veggies in the pot with it, 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar, fill it up with water, let it simmer 24 hours. Easy, easy, easy. Glenn?
Maybe an odd question. What about like deer bone?
What is it again?
Deer bone. I have a freezer full of venison, and I don't.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Okay.
Absolutely. Do not waste that bone. In fact, when you go hunting, you ask them for the organ meats as well. Don't let them take them or throw them away. So when Rob hunts, we have our butcher process all the organ meats into the ground beef. And so we're getting organ meats with every time we cook with ground beef or sorry, not ground. Well, yeah, depending on which it is, right? We have elk, we have venison, we have beef, we have turkey, we have fish, we have chicken. I mean, we have all the things because we have found that like eating a lot of meats, organ meats, etc. is what fuels the body. People that are vegetarian really struggle. I'm sorry if you're vegetarian watching this, but they don't get the nutrient profile that's required by the human body. So anyway, I know you guys weren't coming here for my nutritional TED Talk, but there you have it. And hopefully it's inspired you and you have something to put on your shopping list because I'm telling you, this is a good cover 3 to 4 meals for your family this week. And remember that, like if you bought, this is so insane, but if you bought that chicken and it's organic and you bought the veggies to go in the pot, an onion, some celery, some carrot, you guys, it's like $25 and you're going to have probably 8 meals. 8 for $25. Why aren't you doing that? I'll tell you why. Because you didn't know. Nobody's teaching it. I mean, even if they are, they're getting censored. So that is my encouragement to you. Start to do this. It's so good for your brain health. It's good for your hormonal health. For men, if you're having issues with testosterone, it supports that. If you've got females, any hormonal issues, it supports that. It supports our GLP-1. Did you know that we release GLP-1 naturally when we eat meat and we eat animal fats? So anyway, and we don't eat the processed foods. I mean, I swear to you guys, that is why my husband and I are healthy like we are, slim and fit, because this is how we've eaten for 20 plus years. Prioritizing animal meats, cooking at home. We don't buy boxed processed foods as best we can. We do kind of the 80-20 rule. So it's not like we're totally strict about it. But like last night, for example, after dinner, I made a cherry pie with my son. And guess what? We used some canned cherries and there was red dye in it. And I wasn't happy. Rob said, come on, Elise, we need to live a little. I'm like, yeah, I know, but do we really want to live a little by ingesting cancer-causing chemicals on purpose? But okay, I ate it anyway, but I did take a binder afterwards. But I just think just being conscious and making some choices and choosing what you can change a little bit, really, really good idea. Okay? Okay. Like I said,
I have a quick
yeah.
question, Elise, and it's a little off topic, but we have the BOGO going on right now for Tag Your Team Member.
Mhm.
I have someone that clicked promoter, and she says she has someone that's very interested in becoming promoter, and she saw this promo. I've never done it with a brand new promoter, so I don't know how that works. Does she have to create an account and then do the tag? Is that how that would work? I don't know. Okay.
I think
And
my
then
best
second
advice is
question.
my best advice, Sarah, is read the fine print. Oh, did you? There you
I've
are.
read it and it doesn't
Oh,
it doesn't
okay.
really like elaborate and it doesn't say no. So it's kind of like, I guess let's just try it and see what happens.
It might say,
And then
let
I
me
would assume,
say
okay,
on the 200 chat. Let's find out. No, I don't see
it,
it. Send me your
yeah, a
question
promoter
that
can,
I could copy and paste into my 200K chat, and I will.
okay, cool. Yeah. Because I'm also, if it is a thing, I kind of want to guide her through how to place that order because I don't think you can do a package. I think you have to single itemize each item
Yes.
to get the BOGO on it. Okay, cool. I'll mute.
Yep, no worries. Anyone else? Okay. Thanks for being on today. Hopefully you all have chicken at the top of your shopping list. It is, I will tell you, it is very empowering to make this. Sam, I'm looking at you.
Yeah, I don't make it. I don't make anything. I used to make tons of frozen pizzas.
I know. Well, you're gonna make this. This is the thing that's gonna get you in making one homemade meal a week. Got it?
That'd be great.
I'm gonna ask you about how delicious it was next Zoom.
I'm gonna have to go back and watch this again so I can figure out exactly how you said all of that because I don't know anything about cooking.
Well, this is like the easiest recipe in my opinion. It's very hard to mess up unless you undercooked it, but I don't think you will.
It did sound simple, but you know.
That's because when I talk, I share too many details about too much stuff. So it's my own fault.
You're good. You are just fine. Thank you for everything and have a great weekend.
Yes, thanks, guys. All right. Cheerio. We'll see you on the next Zoom, which is Monday night team training. Don't forget, get all those people onto Thursday night for our new customer GLP-1 educational talk, which I promise I will not go down 50 million rabbit holes. I promise. Just tell me, rein it in, and I will. Okay, bye.